Ravi? Not required. Correct. Hello everyone. So, welcome to the live session 2 for the course Business Forecasting. In the last live session, I could see there are several participants who raised several questions, and we have tried our best to address the responses as per your question and the request. Today, we are meeting again. We are almost at the end of our course. We are at the last week of our course, and I believe that this is the best time to come online and respond to all your queries and get clarity about the topic. So let's begin the discussion now. So what we will do today, first we will see couple of previous questions that couple of your friends has raised, that I will see and I will try to respond to them first, and then I will see the live chat and the questions. So something, yeah, Ravi, you should check something, some message came here, I clicked, are you there or not? Sir, I clicked stay here. Yeah. Just check. Yeah. Yeah, that message came. This one. Yeah. Can you keep this here so that I can also see the screen? Yeah, every Kisalai, and then Surya, I will come to you, to everyone. Yeah, good afternoon to everybody. But let me see the couple of previous questions that somebody has raised, that sir, could you please suggest any domain or real-time project for business forecasting which we can include in our project CV for career perspective. See, business forecasting is a topic which is common to any domain, whether it's demand forecasting or it's a sales planning, or say production planning, or say marketing, say data, wherever, everywhere, even in financial planning also. I have discussed detail in the introductory session that in every domain your first point of decision making is the demand planning, or say forecasting. In financial sector it might be in a different type of planning, but where you need some past data and then you plan it, whether it's project cost, project budget, project time, or say NPV, whatever you would like to do, financial planning, or say in sales planning, or say demand planning for inventory system, supply chain system, you need some demand forecasting. So for this topic there is no specific area that you need to focus. It depends on your choice in which area you are going. If you think that you are interested in supply chain and operation domain, or say manufacturing domain, then you try to catch or find cases where demand planning or say forecasting are being used over there. Even people use this forecasting in supplier level also. Which supplier will be more reliable, what kind of supplier, correlation are there, coordination are there, that also you can study by forecasting process, right? So if you are interested in supply chain operation, then identify the cases. Suppose I know one case, Philips had a good data on their demand plan. So how the sales are been happening, so they had the huge data, and one of my student did intensive over there. Then we could see that this data if you have, then you can do a better demand planning for the next 6 months of demand planning for the Philips for their sales. So that type of product you can use and you can add in your CV. You can think about say any other product. You think about FMCG products also. For every FMCG products you might have or say dairy product, FMCG regular product, even electronics products also. You might take any case or data and you apply your demand planning, use time series, use regression. Recently we found a data from say Kaggle on dairy product. In India, there are different states are there, and how the vendors are been supporting that, providing that dairy product, different type of product to large players, big players like Amul, Govardhan, and all these things, big players, and how they are managing that. They don't have planned everywhere, right? It is not possible to set up your plant. So you can tie up with a local vendor and you can get it. So if you have that type of data, you can use some regression or say time series analysis or say multiple regression, and you can make a better forecasting plan for them. So these were different case-based data you need, and then you can address that issue and you can put in your CV. If you are interested, say in information technology domain, there also you can use some forecasting planning. For example, I can tell you, suppose if you use some logistic regression, they are in a decision making process, or say project portfolio decision making, that you can use the optimization technique, and you can use the project portfolio when you have a limited budget, and you can also use some demand planning or forecasting planning over there also, and the overall decision making process. So it's dependent on your requirement. If you are interested in financial domain, if you are interested in stock market, then your case will be different, right? If you want to use machine learning in say stock price prediction, and you want to develop a case over there, then you cannot add that in your supply chain CV, right? It might add, but it will not be that great, because you are working in finance, and then supply chain finance is also one of the important topics which are coming up in this domain of multidisciplinary research. But what I suggest is that it is dependent on your choice in which domain you are going to do or we are going to work. You try to find data, try to find cases, and apply that. The learning that you have gone through for this course, huge amount of learning you had, right? Almost everything you learned of predictive modeling under the context of business forecasting. You apply now. I've shared the Excel now. You can see the Excel of each of these sessions are being added also. PPT are being also added. Video lectures are there. You go through and implement that and add it in your CV. If you do your intern, you might be doing your intern, right? You go and talk to the company that I have a good expertise in predictive modeling, different forecasting techniques. So you give your data, I can apply my knowledge over there, and I can address your problem. Even internship, even MBA students also do this type of project there also. So these techniques that you have learned, it will be helpful for your intern also. If you solve a couple of good problems for the company in your intern, and then if you add that in your CV, you can add that also. So this way you can manage depending on your situation and expectation, as well as your interest in which topic you are going to build your career. The next question is that which of the following pairs correctly matches the judgmental factor categorically with its corresponding event? But you have not mentioned about the pairs. Which of the following pairs correctly matches the judgmental factor? Let me come back to the judgmental factor chapter. In judgmental factor, let me check. In judgmental factor, there are 4 categories. One is the trend change, second is the jam factor, third is the transient factor, fourth is the shift factor, right? Transfer factor. So there are 4 categories. So and then if any case there is no pair, you can think about pair like transient factor is just like sudden event happens, then it's fall down again it become normal. So it's up like triangular kind of thing, or down or up, and then it will become normal. So this is one part of human judgment factor which you can integrate with the time series. I have given good example in the session of live session, in the lecture of human judgment. You can go through that. Like I told about that. Remember that this World Cup final match in Ahmedabad city. So almost 2 months there is or maybe more than 2 months time period, there is a hotel booking. People wanted to watch the final match. So this is a spike. That spike will not come next year on that particular month. So the hotel sales, like room booking of the hotels of that particular month, or say 1.5 month or 2 month time period during the World Cup final, was a special event. It's a transient factor. You have to exclude it for your next year. It will be a big spike of the hotel sales. That you cannot add in your future forecast. Similar logic, in future, either you exclude that, like cleaning the data, or if in future it will not come. So, like disasters happened recently in say Taiwan, right? So you can see that there will be damage, etc. Some companies will have suffering on that. So it's a damage. It might not be, the earthquake might not come in the next year. So this type of event which falls sudden event and it's come back to the normal mode are called as a transient factor. And when it comes to transfer factor like from this particular period to the next period you are shifting the product or demand or sales. Then you are managing, you are adjusting, like in inventory, sometimes company want to release their inventory, reduce the stock, so they give discount. And then what happens, people like the retailers etc., they want to grab the opportunity. They arrange the money and they buy with the discount. But next month they might not buy. So it's a transfer, the demand are been shifting to the preponing process. So there are many examples you can think about as a transfer factor. There is a trend, like every month there will be uptrend of the data or the downtrend of the data. So these are a couple of factors that I have discussed as a part of the judgmental factor, which you can include in your demand forecasting planning or the time series planning, and you can adjust it. So which pair, both pair can come also. Both pair can come also. There are let me check few more questions, then I'll come back to this point again. You have not mentioned any pair. So following pairs, what pairs you want to talk? Sriram, can you check whether he has further comments on that particular question? Then I'll come to the live questions, don't worry. Nothing. I think only this. Can you check this? No, I think this one only. Anyway, I understood. So I think out of 4, right? So the 4 model, that 2-3 example I have given. Another example could be, say, jump factor. So jump factor is nothing but suddenly suppose your opponent close the store, so entire demand will shift to you and it will remain there. So these are the 4 category. Let me conclude this. We have to go to other questions also. Sriram. So there are 4 category in time, say, human judgment in time series. You have the time series data, and you are thinking that, 4 kind of human judgment factor. One is the transient factor, then trend change factor, then jump factor, and then another is that shift factor, right? Transfer factor. So I have discussed all this: trend, transient, transfer, shift, and jump, and trend, uptrend or downtrend. So combination of them can come. All 4 can come in a particular situation for a product. But what you have to do, you have to see over a period of time that you want to include in your time series forecasting for next 6 months or the previous 6 months, specifically the future event you are integrating. So for 6 months, what could happen in a particular month? All 4 situations can happen, or couple of pair of combination. You are correct. The pair, that means, say, transfer and, say, jump, both can occur together. The example that I have, the case illustration that I have given in this session, you can go through that. You will get to know in a particular month 2-3 events can come together. So you are combining them and you are seeing the overall impact. That you add to your time series and you modify and you forecast the revised forecast. That's it. Go through the case study that I have given on that particular session. You will be able to understand how different type of human judgment factor, the future event. So these 4 type of terminology you can integrate with time series and you can modify the future which you don't have in your past data, but you as an expert you understand that this could happen, why I should not integrate in my say time series data, and I can modify my forecast plan. The next question is that among this measure of goodness and standard error, logistic regression and decomposition method, what is this question? Suman has asked, I think he has a doubt about that. Let me tell you where you use all these 3. Measure of goodness and standard error are nothing but the accuracy level of your forecast. These are the technique like R-square, standard error. In regression analysis, when you regress something with based on an independent variable, so y equals to mx plus c. So x is your independent variable, x-axis, and y is your y-axis. And you are regressing that, right? You are trying to find a correlation between them. You are drawing the data based on the past data. You are trying to find a best suitable line for that. So that new line might capture the old data effectively, might not. How effectively it is capturing that? That can be measured through 2 terminology. One is the measure of goodness, that is called R-square, the variation from your main line on the data, the distance, perpendicular distance, that you want to minimize through square root. That is called the R square value. And the standard error is that when you make a new forecast, once you fit the line, R square, the measure of goodness, is based on the past data. Standard error based on the future. That means once you fit the line, the new forecast line will come on your, any forecast will come on your line, right? But effectively the data, actual data might be different. So what is the frequency of your variation from your forecasted line? So that error, lower side and upper side put together, are being defined as a standard error. So if your forecast is very good, there is nothing about R square. R square is all about in the past how the data are being set with your time series regression analysis and how accurately you have fit the data with your regression line. That is called R square. The past data relationship with your forecast line are being defined through R square at the accuracy level. But in future, how effective your accuracy are been coming for future prediction, that is being measured by standard error. So two parts put together are measure of accuracy and the standard error aspects. Now there is another part, logistic regression. Logistic regression, I told you detail, you go through the session. Logistic regression is all about the prediction through regression, but it's a binary outcome. The actual value y equals to mx plus c, y is the actual value in regression, but in logistic regression it is not actual value. It's actually the outcome in a probability, maybe between 0 to 1. So that probability also we divide into two components, yes or no, die or alive, or say pass or fail, this kind of include or don't include. So this type of two category we define. When you define a categorical outcome through regression, through independent variable, but output will not be the value but a probability which will be cut in the middle in the two component and you classify. That process are called the logistic regression. And there are ample of examples, go through the session. And decomposition method. Decomposition method are nothing but a method where time series data have both trend and seasonality. Data will have a uptrend or downtrend and seasonality also. So when both component put together comes in a time series data, which method to use? General method in theory in book people use interval method, which you have also discussed some formula, trend, level and the seasonality. If you put together, you define a complex model, and we have discussed detail of that. You can go through that session, like interval method. But decomposition method is easy. You don't need to remember all this formula. Just do the decentralization, calculate the index, put the data in a series format, and then in a serial manner, and then find the index for each quarter or each month, and then decentralize the data and use this decomposition method. This is a very handy method, alternative to interval method, complicated method, which is very popular in industry. We call the name of decomposition method. Even decomposition method has two methods. One is the multiplicative and additive. We have discussed the multiplicative decomposition method in our course. These are the 3 points that you wanted to understand. I have shared. Go through the topic Excel. I have shared also PPT and the video again. I believe you will be able to understand. Next question. Under what level do we add a skills we learn here for our, what is this? Under what level do we add the skills? Do we add the skills we learn here to our level? You can add it as per I understand your question. These are the most important predictive analytics skills. So many techniques you learn, right? You become expert, to be honest. Even couple of fundamentals of machine learning also we have discussed, like logistic regression, detail of regression analysis, detail of multiple regression, and then the basic components of machine learning, as well as the definition of couple of important topics, human judgment integration, different type of time series, qualitative forecasting method, Delphi method. All these are asset of you. Whether you are an undergraduate student or say whether you are a master students or the final year students, you add it in your skill that you learned or in your understanding. You just mention that predictive analytics and business forecasting. You have understood everything. You will get the advantage in your placement, I'm sure. Just mention that you have gone through the course through NPTEL of business forecasting. In backend you can mention predictive analytics tools and techniques also. What are the techniques you have learned? Couple of like ARIMA, one of the most important topic, right? You have discuss detail. Just go through that and you put it in your CV. Make sure when you add it in your CV, this you know all this important predictive analytics technique. You should understand in the interview process. Otherwise, the expert may ask you, they tell me what is ARIMA model or what is PACF, ACF, and if you can explain, then there will be a problem. But if you know all this and if you add it, because you are learning that, right? You add it to your CV, the important topic in your CV as a skill, even perhaps it will give you much better boost than couple of programming also. Because you will be getting a managerial post of offer if you know all these things. Coding can be done through any software anyway, right? But this understanding is kind of managerial aspect of decision making process. Where you are expert now in predictive analytics model, definitely you should add it because you have taken a course of business forecasting and oblique predictive analytics. That is to be from the business aspects of applications, end-to-end understanding. You should add it in your CV. It will give a big boost. Then you will understand lighting, coding also. Let's come to the live session. There are several live session now. One by one. Several questions. First from here. Yeah. So Kishalai sir, is there any way to do solver-like optimization in Google Sheet? You can link. Google Sheet is a kind of data storing process, right? Where you can create questionnaires, where you can put the data. You may not be able to do Excel programming over there. Excel solver is a programming language. Effectively, people used it through linear optimization, non-linear optimization, integer programming, different type of techniques they used, which we have not discussed in this course. But there are techniques like simplex algorithm for linear optimization, and then for integer programming there is branch and bound method, cutting plane method. So these methods are being integrated in solver optimization technique. Even the Dadrick software that I have taught in the last session of simulation, there people use genetic algorithm and optimization put together. Simulation, genetic algorithm and optimization put together, and they have developed the Dadrick software. So, but you don't understand, but common people don't understand how solver works. Because they put the objective function, they put the conditions, they put the data, and they solve it, right? The way I have shown you. In some sessions for finding alpha value, optimum, coefficient, constant, etc., we have used the optimization. But there is a large theory under that. So that you may not be able to put in Google Sheet. Google Sheet is for the data collection process, etc. But in Excel sheet, you can integrate that. In Google Sheet, the basic Google Sheet will prepare where data are being stored. There you can integrate this process as a customized process and you can do it. But overall, Excel solver is a programming which is inbuilt by Microsoft. They have developed it and they have given the interface to you only. How that works, that they have not mentioned. Just sometimes they mention that whether you are going linear or non-linear or evolutionary algorithm they mention, but what kind of techniques are being used they don't mention. They have in their background that program are being set, the coding part, and use the interface of solver and you optimize the problem in Excel. But in Google Sheet you can connect, but you have to customize and you have to go to the Excel again and to solve the problem. Then is saying that it's okay, fine, nice. Then Angel, what is the question of Angel? Sir, in our examination for the certificate, what sort of questions we can expect? Similar to the ones in the weekly assignment. Exactly. This is a very good question. Angel has asked overall that what kind of question will come in your final exam. It will be simple MCQ and the difficulty level will be the same like assignments. Around 20% marks will come from your assignment itself. 25% are being allowed, but we have kept only 15-20% only, not more than that. Couple of questions you might find the same question from your assignment also. And if you solve your assignment effectively, you will be able to address most of your question in final exam also. MCQ, basic level question we have put because we know this syllabus is very good, very strong, and too many topics we have added into the system, and it is not easy for you, like some undergraduate students, to grab everything in this 2 months time period and become the best. So therefore we have given the basic understanding level of question, whether it's an assignment or whether it's a exam also. So don't worry, exam will be basic MCQ and preliminary level of concept. Even if there are some calculation are required, you will be provided the Excel calculator, right? That calculator or Excel, either you have the data sets also or the Excel file, you can use it and you can solve that problem. Not much difficult, not even so easy, but the assignment that we have given, same trend will be followed in the even couple of around 50-20% repetitions could be there also in your final assignment or final exam. So this is a very good response to answer, but it is applicable to everybody because you have to give the exam, and I am sharing that questions pattern will be the same like assignments, perhaps easier than assignments also, and couple of questions will be repeated in the end also based on assignments. It will come directly from the assignment. Now on the previous questions on sort of questions, I have addressed to that, Mukherjee. Then sir, will we get any calculator or Excel to run the formulas and check? Yeah, I think, yeah, you will get the calculator. And the Excel opportunity also will be there, no? Excel will not be there, but calculator will be there. You can keep your notepad, and then using notepad you can do the calculation using the formulas, and then you can use your that note will be provided to them. Huh? Yeah, notepad you can use, and you can use the calculator. Calculator will be provided in the screen itself. So you can use the like the get the way you give the exam. So that ultra-modern calculator requirement, whatever the requirement are there, that level of calculator will be given. You can do the calculation and basic questions. You don't have to go to deeper of that you need Excel, then only you will be able to calculate. It's not like that. Basic fundamental questions will be there, where even in the numerical, you don't have to do much calculation. In pen or notepad, you can do the calculation, you can pick the best answer. Next year, let me tell you one more part. There will be couple of questions where you find that it is good, it is also correct, but you have to select only one. So you have to select the best answer. Maybe two may be correct, but you have to select the best, which one is most effective question relevant to the question. So you exclude the wrong questions, and then you see who are the best. Among them, you select the topmost, like most appropriate. Then your answer will be correct, and there will be less difficulty. Basic level questions will be there in the assignments. And then feel free to ask questions. Yeah, Sudhir has also responded that there will be a calculator during the exam, so you don't have to be afraid of that. Calculator will be provided, so don't worry about that. Questions will be MCQ and the basic level of understanding. So therefore, if you have a notepad to calculate or to understand, to write something like basic numerical value, suppose couple of questions might be basic numerical, but that will be also conceptual. But in case you need to calculate something, calculator will be provided. So don't worry about that. Is the exam going to be physical, pen or paper, or will be online? It will be online. It will be online in the center, because pen, paper, physical will be more difficult, I believe. Online, we have given ample time to you. Cindy, SB, let me tell you, we have given 50 questions, 3 hours. Even 2 hours is sufficient. Somebody may take 2.5 hours. But there might be few students who want to attempt everything all correct. So they will see, they'll revise, they'll go through again and again, and they may want to get full score. So as much as possible. So therefore we have given 3 hours time period, more than sufficient to address the question. Few questions won't take more than 1 minute. If you are strong enough, within 1 minute or 1.5 minutes you can pick. You read the question, you will get the answer. Few questions might need 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So overall we have given almost half an hour extra, so that everybody can get the chance to attempt all the questions effectively. Yeah, the exam will be online in the center. So there will be a center, Siddhar might be knowing better. So there are a couple of centers in your region. You have to go to that center, and at the center you have to sit. There will be facilities, online facilities, exam facilities, and you give the exam. 3 hours we have given for the exam. There are 100-mark question, 50 questions are there. There are total 50 questions and 100 marks. Each question is having 2 marks. So total 100 marks are there in the exam, and 50 questions are there. So you might say that, sir, 50 question. Yeah, it is better to put 2 marks for each questions, and MCQ all. Don't worry, there will be no negative marking also. I know this is a very rigorous course, and around 800 students enrolled for the for the exam purpose. So just calm with free mind, go through the Excels assignments. All the assignments you try to address. Similar questions will come in the end sem also. Maybe less than difficulty level might be quite lower than the end assignments. But 50 questions will be there. All of them are MCQ. Few of them very easy. Few of them you have to calculate like in your calculator. Few maybe you have to go through detail. You have to understand which one to exclude, which one to include, and then you select the best. That's it. Are there any things that we need to carry apart from hall ticket? Maybe Sridhar, you can answer to the question of Singh. Achha, one more part, that in the last week, everybody, remember, note down this point, everybody, you can also respond to that. That in the last week, there is a session, I think 18D. Session number 18D is on system dynamic simulation. System dynamic simulation, one session I have taken. Don't go through that session. This is additional learning. Questions will not come from that session. Software, system dynamic software, Vensim software, we have illustrated. Continuous version of simulation, detail using Vensim software, new software, not Adrix. Adrix, basic question of Adrix will come, only 2-3 questions from Adrix software will come, 2-3 questions maximum. But basic simulation questions will come, good amount of what is Monte Carlo, how this works, how the random numbers are being allotted based on the scheme of the simulation, like interval, cumulative interval, and then how the random number have been allotted to each number event, and how the number have been generated. That basic Monte Carlo simulation will come, and the basic Adrix software, simulation based, Excel based. But the 18D, the system dynamics based continuous version simulation will not come. That is additional learning. So in SEM it will not come. Even in the assignments also you have not put any question from that. Note down it. I don't know, hall ticket, Siddhar, you can answer. Yeah. Your hall ticket, yeah. You will be notified by NPTEL. Yeah. Regarding exam center, you will be notified by the NPTEL team. So we have the team here also. Siddhar is there. Siddhar is responding to you all, and Himanshu, my student, are also been responding to you all. So in the exam center, all facilities will be provided to you, and where will be the center, that also will be notified to you through the NPTEL office. Any other question? Just a second. Yeah, about the question also, in some exam also you can ask. If you have any doubt, query, let me repeat that. All questions will be MCQ, 50 questions, 100 marks, 3 hours time has been given. Question pattern will be, good afternoon, Rajasekhar. All questions will be assignment type. The assignment that we have given, weekly assignment, similar type of questions will be there. Difficulty will be level maybe lower than the assignment, and few questions will be very easy, so that you can save time and you can spend more time on different type of questions where more language or more calculation are required. So you can use Excel and you can address the questions. Sufficient time we have given, almost 30 minutes extra we have given, so that not a single student miss or have some issue of time issue. And also go through the assignments, go through the video, and PPT also we have shared, Excel also we have shared today. So this Excel if you go through, and also PPT if you read, more than sufficient. Reference book also I have given, John Anke and many other book also, Albright, etc. If you wish, you can buy or otherwise PPT and the video lecture and the Excel are sufficient to become expert in this topic. Will the video remain live till 20th April or will they become unavailable after 12th April? No. Video will be available in YouTube also. All the videos will be available live. Himanshu?
Yes.
Videos will be available, right?
Yes, on YouTube.
Mukherjee, don't worry. All the videos will be available until your exam, and after exam also it will be available on the YouTube. So it's a lifetime available in the market now, in the public domain now. And for your exam, it has to be available to you. You should get it because you are giving exam. So don't worry about it. Video, PPT we have also shared in PDF format, and the Excel also today I have uploaded. So if you have it out, you can open the Excel. It's not about this exam, it's about your learning. I tell you, this course, this predictive analytics course is a course of international standard for your learning purpose. So if you learn in this, all this predictive modeling and business forecasting techniques effectively with the Excel examples that I have given end to end applied as well as the technical concepts, it will be used for your lifetime in any field wherever you go, even after 10 years, 20 years also. Thank you so much for enlightening us with the knowledge, learning from you, your amazing experience. Thank you, Sanjay Singh. Any other comments? Can you check? Yeah, you will do well. My wishes are there, and there will be no negative marking. There will be no negative marking, but it does not mean that you tick randomly. Spend time. We have given ample time. I tell you, ample time we have given. Understand the question, and then you select the best. If something wrong are there, suppose two are not relevant at all, you delete them. You just don't include them, ignore them. And among the two best, you select which one is most appropriate. Select it. This way you can increase the score, and there is no negative marking. Questions are of similar pattern of assignments, and then all MCQ and the basic conceptual based, not the deep calculation based. So don't worry about it. So it is streaming later than live. Oh. Huh? Done? Just check. I think over. Sir, we will be having other courses on data analytics anytime soon on NPTEL. Kisala, what I suggest is that first you complete this course with good score, have a good exam, and then contact me. I believe you can get my email ID, right? In my website, my email ID is there. Put in Google Pankaj Dutta IIT Bombay. Automatically my name will come. You will be able to get my email ID. Drop me an email. Keep in touch with me. We are coming up with some good courses also. In business forecasting, as a business analytics course, we are planning optimization course. For decision making, prescriptive analytics course also we are in the pipeline. But I have to. I'm bit busy in the next 1 year. I'm very busy with different activities. So I'm not sure whether immediately I'll be able to launch any course. But very soon I'll be launching few more courses. At least 1 or 2 additional courses will be floating here for NPTEL. How PhD students you contact? Huh? How PhD students can contact you? Same thing, na? Apps private limited production. What I suggest is that go to my website, get my email ID. Maybe NPTEL can also provide that. Get my email ID and drop me an email. You are PhD students. I will be giving more priority to you because you are PhD students. You can contact me. Many PhD students, those who are interested for PhD or had questions, doubt, etc., for project internship, they contact me. Acha, good question. Mohammed has asked a very good question. Could I potentially change my exam center and schedule it for the afternoon due to a conflicting of university exam on the same morning? How to address that? Only Sridhar can address that. Sridhar, can you please connect to that question? This question could be a very good question, and NPTEL team might know, they might have faced similar question earlier also. They can address that. Could I potentially change my exam center and schedule it for the afternoon due to? I don't think so, because we have given only one course, like 2 questions set, and if questions are being leaked, then you know that questions might be shared to the public domain, then unfair advantage somebody may get. But Mohammed, your answers will be addressed by the team. Wait for a minute or so. Sridhar will address that. How can I contact you as a PhD student? Can you write down my email ID? Give my Gmail ID or IIT ID. Anyway, it is available in the public also. If you write it, not an issue. Right? My name and email ID. If you put IIT Bombay, people put, they'll get my email ID. So you can post there. Yeah, fine. So I have given my, it will be live now, my email ID. You can contact through that email ID. The next question, which model of forecast more suit for stock price prediction from past stock price? I would say exponential moving average. Anandan, for stock price prediction, exponential moving average is most popular, and it has been widely used in the stock market. Not moving average, not weighted moving average, it is exponential moving average, where they give specific weight to the immediate period and then distributed to the older period exponentially. That method we have discussed detail. Exponential moving average in second week or third week we have discussed, perhaps in third week, second week or third week. So you can go through that. Anandan, good question. And in stock market, if you go to screener or money controller, everywhere in the companies given a different form also, they use exponential moving average for stock price prediction. But let me tell you, I have taught another good module that is called ARIMA, auto-regressive model of ARIMA, or even sometimes ARMA also are popular in stock price prediction also. ARIMA model is also very popular for immediate movement of the stock. ARIMA model is very good. Moving average, exponential moving average to some extent is good for long term, maybe 7 days, 20 days data you require, 1 month, 2 months, 3, 1 year, that type of data are required, because I told about 7 days moving average, 20 days moving average, 50 days moving average, then 90 days moving average. Remember, 200 days moving average, which is nothing but 1 year. 200 means 1 year almost, because holidays are being excluded. So long-term prediction, all these things for a investor, it is good. But for short-term trading, etc., sometimes ARIMA model is also good. But overall, if you ask who is the number one, exponential moving average is most popular for the stock market prediction. But ARIMA model is also good, because for short-term quick movement, the AR process is very good. Next question. So Sridhar has given the answer to Muhammad that you cannot change the exam center because it has been allotted based on their availability and the kind of programming and the planning of the resources based on your local area. They have planned it. Try to manage that, because if you change the exam center or say timing of exam, I am not in position to address to that. Only NPTEL can address, and Sridhar has already given to your questions answer. Yeah. So Anandan, I believe it is clear to you. As a Muhammad has one, when does the next course batch begin? I am willing to start over if I can reschedule this by my God. Huh? Huh? This. But you know, Muhammad, you have already gone through this course, right? Why you are, can't you manage your situation time, 2 hours time, 2.5 hours time to come and give the exam? You will get a certificate, right? Why to wait another 1 year? Because a same year the NPTEL won't allow me to relaunch the course again. In an academic year only once one course you can launch. I can launch another course, but the same course I cannot repeat in the same year, because NPTEL has a limitation of so many courses are there now from the all IITs, IIMs, people are taking courses or floating courses. So I cannot float one course twice in a year, otherwise everybody will be interested to float that. So there is a limit from the NPTEL that one course can be floated only once in a year. So you have to wait for the next year again. I will be floating that course again. Therefore you have to wait for 1 year. But if you have gone through, understood everything, try to manage 2 hours. 2 hours is sufficient to give. Though I have given 3 hours time period, but 2 hours is sufficient. You can actually come and give the exam, and I am sure that you will get a good score. There is no negative marking, remember. But it's up to you. If you have another exam the same day, I don't know how to manage it. You can talk to your university or college professor. That's our NPTEL is a national level exam. Like it's a common for every day. Everybody's date is fixed. I cannot change that. The NPTEL cannot change that. Can I give a test of your exam in some other day? Because it's your college level discussion, right? You can talk to your professor and you can manage that exam, and you can give another test next day or some other day. Professor can give you another set of questions and you can manage that. Sometimes it happens to my college also, and we manage this way. So the students would not suffer. Because you have gone through one full course, better to get the certificate also, right? Further question? Can I have NPTEL technical team email ID? Sridhar, can you please address to this question? Whether we can provide this or not, or only NPTEL can take a decision on that. Yeah? No. You can write a mail to the NPTEL team, and your issue Muhammad, you can raise your question rather than in the live session chat here. I am not the authorized person to take a decision to reschedule the exam or other thing. What I suggest is that since you have a genuine issue, you write a mail to the technical team of NPTEL or NPTEL Common Students Forum, where students post their issues. You mail to them. They will forward to the technical team if required, and then they will address to you, because your issue is not a unique issue. It might have happened with other students also, and how they have addressed that, so that they can manage this. Sir, can we arrange lecture in Hindi language? Yes, sir. Yeah, we will do one day. Jagannath, Jagaman will do on one day. We will take a session on that also, so that every people, even there was a requirement to to share this in different regional language also. This course, there is a demand from the regional type of language, like in say Tamil language, Kannada language, Telugu, and all these things. In Marathi also, people have raised. We are in process also to convert this, so that at least regional language can be added to the screen. So maybe next time onwards it will be available to the public also. or to the students also. If I missed first 4 assignments, do I still stand a chance for certificate, which are also maybe I have no idea for that. I'm sorry for that. Singhi, if you missed 4 assignments, you have missed out of 8. Maybe I think still, if you give the exam, I think still you will get a certificate. So once the deadline is over, they cannot submit the assignment. Okay. Yeah? If it is? NPTEL, you contact to the NPTEL team. Singhi, what I suggest is that you contact to the NPTEL team, they'll let you know, but exam you can give and you may get the certificate, I am sure. You will get the certificate. Because for remaining assignments you have addressed, and in same exam you are 50 marks, 100 marks exam you are giving, definitely you should, get the certificate. And don't miss this. This is a good course, like it will be added to your CV. Business forecasting predictive analytics course you have added. Don't miss, try to get the certificate. But regarding the missing of assignments, you can write to NPTEL team, they will be able to respond to your question effectively. Any further question from anybody? You still have 6 minutes with us. If you have any question, you can ask me. Yeah, all right then. Thank you to everyone. Acha, I was not aware of the deadline of assignment earlier. Yeah, I feel sorry for you, but only technical team or the NPTEL team can give right justice to you. You can raise your questions to them. Sometimes it happens for the new entrants, they might not know the importance of assignment, timely submission of assignments. You can talk to them if they allow you, or maybe there are many students, you have come to the online and you are raising that point. There might be up to 800 students have enrolled for this course for the exam. So there might be many students who are not aware of that, they think that only same exam is sufficient. So there are some weightage for the assignments too. So you can write your email, and if they find there are so many students who miss the assignments, they may come up with some alternative option of solving this issue. Yeah. So average assignment score is 20% of the base 6. So it's a good answer now. So you have already attempted 4 out of 6. And end-sem exam is 75%. Excellent now. Good response. Yes. So answer has been given now. If one of the 2 criteria is not met, you will not get the certificate. Final score is this. Okay. This response is also important. Please take a note of it. You should have announced that in the beginning. There are the announcement, right? So students knew all these things. But some students are not serious early, na? They like the course and then they decide that let's go for the Initially they are not prepared with this. Maybe next time onwards. So hello everyone, is there any further question from your side? Or we can then wind up the session then. It is better to keep this, this side, because we are habituated to look at this side. Writing can be done here. Oh. Yeah. So if there is no questions, yeah. If there is no question, can we wind up the session? Hello everyone. Yeah, there are no further questions. So we can wind up the session. So best wishes to everyone for your exam. We have only few days left in hand. So we'll see if there are too many demands in the forum to have one more interactive sessions. I will come. Otherwise, generally for 8 credit courses, for 8-week courses, generally they prefer 2 live sessions, one in the beginning and one in the end. So this is the last week. We are having the last week now, and we have come for the live session for 2 credit courses, 8-week session. But if you want to have one more, mostly this will be the live session before the exam. But we will see if there is a demand situation. Then I am here. Always I can come and manage the situation and ask your answer to all your queries. But overall, for the time being, before the exam, this is the 8 weeks course, and this is the last interactive sessions with all of your live session. But if you have any doubt, Mohammed, if you have any doubt in the forum, you can raise. We have our team. We all will address to your questions. Don't be hesitant. Even if you don't come to live session, but you put all your comments, doubts in the forum, we will address to all your queries. Like today also you got many answers. Similarly, similar questions you can put in the forum also. Rahul and Himanshu are there. They will address to your queries. Yeah, not a matter. No, why you will miss me? I am there at IIT Bombay School of Management. Anytime you can contact me. Anytime you can contact me. In future also. So we can wind up now. So if there are no further questions, then we can wind up the session now. And best wishes to everybody. Yeah. Wait करो और 2 मिनट, just wait. Sridhar, we are winding up the session then. Sridhar. There? अच्छा. Yeah, still there or they have left? Yeah, hello everyone. Let us wind up the session then. If you are in between the exam and today's session, if there are any doubts, queries, you post your questions in the forum. Our team will respond to your queries. Thank you all.